Hopefully it will stay like that all week. As you know, we've recently had Sparkle and various other events. This week, as mentioned tonight, is Trans Pride Week, which will culminate in the big events over the weekend. But they do have something going on throughout the whole of the week, and I'm delighted to say that we have Natalie with us. So, hi, good evening, Natalie.
Hi there, Lucy.
And how are you?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you.
Good, good. I
Busy, as
bet.
you can imagine, but yeah, good.
Yeah, I bet it's all madness for you at the moment. So, as we say, Trans Pride is on this week. You do have events, I believe, every night. So, first of all, for those that don't know, can you give us a little bit of a history of Trans Pride?
Sure, certainly can. Yeah, so this year will be our 6th year. Yeah, we've been getting bigger every year. I personally got involved last year. It's from a numbers perspective, I guess we're expecting kind of maybe sort of 5,000 unique visitors this year, which is kind of probably over double what we had in the first year. We've been moving to sort of progressively bigger parks in Brighton. We've been adding stuff. The first year it was just a short march and then the park event. But ever since then, we've added more and more things. Now we've got a long march down the seafront, which we've had for 2 or 3 years now, which is really good, really visible, feels amazing when you're on it. And we've got a bigger park now as well with sort of 50 odd stalls, 6 or 7 food stands, sort of sports area. So it's really quite a big concern now.
Oh, it sounds absolutely fabulous. I'm looking forward to it myself. As you know, we will be down there on Saturday, which we're all looking forward
Yeah.
to. I believe there's going to be lots of people coming, but I believe you have like fringe events going on this week. Do you want to tell us a little bit about them?
Yes, yeah, certainly. So one thing we tried to do a little bit more this year is do a few extra events throughout the course of the week. So actually, basically starting yesterday. So we had we had a poetry night on Saturday, which was at Pop Up Brighton, who are being quite helpful for us actually. Pop Up Brighton down in the Kings Road Arches on the seafront. So they had a poetry night there, and that kind of launched the I suppose, gallery that we've got for the course of the week. So there's an art exhibition in that venue all week. We've got various other things going on. So we've got like a photography and self-portraiture workshop at the Marlborough Pub. Tonight, it's finished now, but you would have been able to go down there and do a pop-up Brighton again and create some art for the march, so signs and banners and so on. We've got a vinyl singles auction tomorrow night. We've got another poetry night as well.
Okay, where are they? At the Marlborough?
So the poetry night and the creative writing workshop are at the Marlborough, and the vinyl singles auction is at the Dead Wax Social in Bond Street.
Right. Okay. Cool.
And then we've got life drawing on Thursday again at the Marlborough. We've got an open mic night on Thursday as well. That's at Seaside Quest, so the game cafe on the seafront. And then we've got the film night, of course, on Friday night, which is an old favourite that's been going on quite a while. And then obviously the march and the park event on the Saturday.
Oh, excellent. Sounds like it's going to be a really busy week for you. So on to the march on Saturday. So how do people get involved with that? Where do they meet? What times? What's it actually incorporate? And where's it end up, etc.?
So the march itself, it will leave, again, the Marlborough Pub and Theatre. So kind of a lot of our events revolve around there. They've been very good to us over the years. And so we'll start outside the Marlborough Pub and Theatre at midday on Saturday. We're asking people to try and start sort of forming up and getting ready for the march at about 11:30. So, but be there by 12. We'll be leaving at 12 sharp. There's no need to book tickets or anything like that. You can just turn up and join the march. And that will leave, as I said, the Marlborough at midday, go down the seafront to Brunswick Square Gardens, which will probably arrive there about 1 o'clock. And then we'll be there for the next few hours of the park event.
Okay, and you just explained there's like 50 odd stalls, so there's loads going on in the park as well. So yeah, what kind of stuff have we got going on in the park? Is there a stage? We've got some entertainment, etc.
Yep, so we've got the stage. So anyone who's been before will remember that we've got the stage down at the front, which will have a variety of acts there. It's all family friendly. So the idea of Trans Pride is it's absolutely fine to bring your kids. Obviously, we will have trans children are obviously welcome as well to bring their parents. And we'll have a couple of bands, some performance artists, a few speeches, a choir, all sort of woven together by some compares that we've got this year who are really good. So that's all going on the stage. And then also we've got some workshops going on throughout the day for sort of queer and trans people of colour, specifically for them. Then we've got there's a sports area, which is quite cool this year. That's new. I'm quite excited about that. You can go and try some sports out. We've got, like I said, sort of 45, 50 stalls. Organisations like Stonewall will be there, but we've also got lots of local organisations like All Sorts and so on. So you can go and see the different organisations that are providing services to trans people, both mainly in the Brighton area, but also beyond. And of course, we've got our merchandise stall and so on, where you can get your T-shirts and fridge magnets and so on, and also the tickets for the official after party at Traunfrau in North Lane, which is on Saturday night.
Okay, cool. So everyone can get food and drink and all sorts as well down in the park. Is that correct?
Yeah, we've got 6 or 7 different food vendors down at the front. So, should be there. Should be something there for everyone. We're catering for all kind of diets, so there's vegan food and vegetarian food and everything else as well.
Oh, brilliant. Well, being a big sports fan myself, I will have to take 5 minutes off from my duties with Trans Radio and pop over there, have a look, and hopefully have a go at something or another.
Yeah, it's exciting to have the sports area there. It should be pretty cool.
I know, it's really good. Right, you mentioned the after party. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the after parties for those that don't know, and where do they get the tickets from, how much are the tickets, and what's exactly happening?
Yeah, sure. So actually, this year we've actually got one on the Friday night as well, and I'll come back to that as well. But yeah, the after party. So again, run by our friends at Traunfrau, who have been good supporters of Trans Pride over the years. It's at the North Lane Brew House, so in central Brighton. You can get tickets online. So if you go on our website, transpridebrighton.org, and go to the events section, you can find the event in there and you can buy tickets beforehand. Or you'll be able to buy them at the park event on the Saturday, or you can buy them on the door. And so there's tickets available. There's also obviously tickets for chaperones, and there's a pay it forward option as well. So if you can afford to, then you can buy a ticket for someone else who may not be able to afford to. So that's pretty cool.
That's brilliant.
And that's again entirely trans performers. I'll let people look at the event on our site to see kind of what stuff's on there, because it's still being announced. But yeah, all trans performers, both kind of singers and performance artists and so on for the whole night. Should be a pretty cool one. And then obviously on the Friday night, we've got a night run by Gal Pals at Comedia in Brighton, which is kind of everyone's welcome, but it's sort of celebrating women and STEM performers. So, again, tickets for that you can find through the event section on our website.
Okay, cool. And Sunday, we got anything going on the Sunday for people to go to? Yeah,
so we'll have again, as people who've gone before will know, it's one of our kind of favourite events. Actually, we have a kind of a Sunday picnic. So again, all the details for that are on the website. So it's probably easier to check on there, because stuff's still emerging on that front, I guess. But we always have a kind of a Sunday get together, which is quite chilled for people who want to go and meet up with people before they leave Brighton. Sunday, I guess, it's not too early, I suppose, for those who may still
those that have got sore heads,
nursing their heads from the night before. Okay,
brilliant. So there's something going on all weekend and all week, as Natalie just said. You've obviously alluded to the your website and stuff, so just for the listeners here, do you want to let us know what the web address is and any social media so the guys can follow you?
Yeah, sure. So the website is transpridebrighton.org, and that's got details of all of our events on there. It's got information for where all the venues are. We've got accessibility information for all the venues and so on, so that's all on there. Social media wise, we're at @TPrideBrighton on Twitter. So we've been quite busy there this week, sharing kind of stuff that's going on there. We're at TransPrideBrighton, so /TransPrideBrighton on Facebook, and we're at TransPrideBrighton on Instagram as well.
Okay, fab. So we'll try and ping out the links on our social media as well. So anyone that's listening in that didn't manage to write them down will be able to go onto ours, look across, and ping them across. One thing I have noticed on before I let you go, Natalie, on Facebook, you've got a Trans Pride Friends, so a kind of new service that you've set up. Do you want to just let us know about that?
Yeah, we're quite proud of that. So that's a new thing for this year. So this is run by some of our volunteers who have generously kind of given up their time to sort this out, as you know, in fact all of our events are. But what this is it's a Facebook group called Trans Pride Brighton Friends. So you can find it again through our website and through our social media. For example, it's the pinned tweet on Twitter at the minute. So you can join this group called Trans Pride Brighton Friends, and if you're coming either by yourself or so a few of you coming but you don't know anyone, get in that group. You can meet other people. The idea is that it's for anyone that's coming down to Brighton. So, for example, some people are using it to share lifts. That's not something we're organising through the charity itself, but if people want to organise that between themselves, that's great. So they're organising it to share lifts or to meet up for dinner or whatever. There's a Trans Pride Brighton Friends meet-up on the Friday evening at, I think, 5 o'clock at the Marlborough. So a lot of people will probably be heading down there. But yeah, it's just a kind of a way of, because we know people come from all parts of the country and they don't necessarily have anyone that's travelling with them from that area, but they may know people online, or indeed they may not. It's just to kind of give people a way of meeting other people so they've got someone to spend the weekend with.
Brilliant. I think it's a great service that you're doing. I'd like to thank you and all your fellow trustees and volunteers that, spend all year loads of time and effort to put this on for everybody. So on behalf of the rest of the community, I'd just like to give you a real big thanks. I think it's brilliant, all the work that you do. Really looking forward to coming down myself and to meeting yourself.
Thank you, and you, and I'd like to take this opportunity as well to just say really again thank you to all the volunteers we've had. We've had even more people volunteer this year to help us out. I think some of the stuff that's happened recently has triggered a kind of an upsurge in people really wanting to help out, and it's been fantastic. And we couldn't do it without the generosity of volunteers either donating or giving up their time to make it happen. So it's a real team effort.
That's what we like to hear. So well done, all of you guys. Looking forward to meeting up with you at the weekend. Hope you have a fabulous week and you get a chance to enjoy the weekend yourself as well.
Thank you. I will try. I'm sure I will.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time. I know you're really busy, but thanks for your time to come on and have a chat with us tonight. And we shall see you at some point over the weekend.
Yep. Likewise. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, Natalie. Take care. Cheers now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
There we go. Natalie from Trans Pride, who's been working hard all year, really, to get the event on that's actually started tonight. So plenty going on all week. Go and have a look at their website and you'll be able to see what's going on. Hopefully you'll be down there at the weekend. We'll be there, so look out for us with our Trans Radio t-shirts and hats on. If you are there, you do see us, please come and say hello. And if you're feeling brave, you can do a little interview for the radio. Coming up short.
This is transradio.co.uk. Get social with us at Trans Radio UK on Twitter and Facebook.